Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Prediction Show from Eagle Pass Sports Central, coming to you live today, right here on Main Street outside at Tacos Morales. Come on by for a visit. My name is Ruben Valadez, and along with my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., we're coming to you live from Main Street in Eagle Pass. We've got a very special guest today, our sponsor for the day, along with coaching staffs from both sides, and athletic director Eric Villaseñor will introduce a couple of more special guests today. But first, I'm going to turn here to my right and break him in and welcome into the broadcast. My partner in, I've got one partner here. Usually when you and I are side by side, we're arguing in a courtroom, in front of a judge. But we want to thank you for your hospitality for welcoming the Prediction Show here to Tacos Morales, and we want to give you a chance, more importantly, to talk about some of the important things that are happening in District 74 and the work that you did in the recent legislative session.
Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity, and I know that all the arguments that you have with Morris throughout the week end up honing your skills for the practice.
only Missouri and Texas A&M.
But I wanted to thank all the coaches also that attended here. A lot of you also know my cousin, Sergio Morales, who's the owner of this place. And so I really appreciate you all coming out here and showcasing the support for his place. As you know, we're going through some improvements at the tortilla factory, which I've kept you up to date. And that's why we're very proud of having our products out here and our chips. We got new machines, both corn and flour. And right now they're installing the ovens also the new ovens that we're going to be using. So, we invite everybody to 340 North Pierce Street. You can have your fresh barbacoa. I know a number of you all go. That's why you stay slim. No cholesterol Sundays is what our barbacoa is. That's how we sell it. But more importantly, let's really talk about, the stuff that happened this legislative session. Under House Bill 2, for those that know, we were able to appropriate over $8.5 billion of new public school funding that's going to go to all the schools in the state of Texas. And specifically under House Bill 2, we appropriated $4.5 billion of that needed to go into pay raises for all teachers, specifically for rural districts also, because we know the issues that come up with not having the right number of staffing in rural areas. So we're very proud of those two achievements. I think it's a small start, but obviously there's more work that needs to be done. And so hopefully you all can understand that you've got people fighting for you all. We know the hard work that you put in. We know the sacrifices that you make. We know the hours that all of you all spend outside, and it doesn't nearly compensate you for the work that you do with our kids. So we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart, because we see, and we had coaches growing up that changed my lifestyle, that set me in the right parameters. And many of you that I grew up with, I'm pointing to the coaches, we grew up together. And you can tell when somebody was coached the right way and taught about doing the right things to become a good person once you became an adult. So I'm very happy about those efforts. We know about Soros. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't want you to forget about that because you've been an integral part of us getting a 4-year university here. And it's a battle that started many, I'd say, decades ago. And we finally landed the plane in Eagle Pass.
Yes, very proud of it. We have already close to $30 million in funding for the first phase of the construction also in place. The university system has finally selected the site where we're going to have the construction. So we're really looking forward to breaking ground, hopefully late this year or early next year, and then getting those projects under place to have the first standalone building of the university, which we have the funding for already.
Many people don't realize how much you secured the first $30 million for the first building on campus, and we were working on the downward expansion. So many people don't understand the birth of a new university and what it entails, because it entails faculty, it entails preparing everything, it entails curriculum. It is actually very, very profound is what has to be done. But I think that the first freshman class will start in temporary buildings next year in the fall of 26. Will be the first freshman class of Sul Ross on what right now is Sul Ross International. But as we go into the process, we're going to have we're going to be able to name the university. We're pretty well on the way on that. But we'll have our own mascot.
Our own colors.
In our own colors,
Yeah.
the university.
Yeah.
And we can take ownership for that. But more important than that, for the guys that are here, as time goes on, many of our athletes will be able to get an education and stay here and do baseball, do football. We're already talking to see what the first athletic programs that we're going to work on.
Yeah, if you remember, I think I was either the second or third class at Memorial Junior High, and you saw all the additional opportunities that opened up when a second junior high came into being. Additional football team, additional everything of UIL participating, band also. And so it provided a lot more opportunities. And we envision that this university will create the same, both for staff, administration, and then also for all our kids and the opportunities as we continue to expand. We're going to have to keep, and it's very important for those that are viewers, we're going to have to keep certain enrollment numbers that they provided to us and increasing so that we can continue to get the resources and the funding that we deserve in this area. I think it's very doable, but it can only be doable with people that support us like you have, sir. So we appreciate that.
You're a great friend of Chancellor McCall of the Texas State University system. And of course, he was instrumental. I think you lobbied him. We all lobbied him so much for the site to be here in Eagle Pass. And Sul Ross right now in Alpine has about 2,600 enrollment, and about 800 or 900 of that is from our area. I've told the chancellor that by 2030 we're going to have 7,500 enrollment.
Nice.
And I'm knocking that we'll be able to have the chancellor come down here and say, "Hey, we told you so."
Yep. And so, it's through efforts like that where it's not just one individual. It really takes a community-wide effort and people that can support you at the local level, like Jorge Barrera has, Mr. Lipson has as well, and there's a number of other folks, but behind the scenes that have to support this in order to make it a fruition. We went in there in 2020, and look, we're in 2025, and we had to pass legislation multiple times to be able to get that. But it's just that persistence and making sure that we also have the support of the community when we're doing this work. I'd like to add also, my staff is reminding me that we were able to pass the Senate Bill 2231 also that provides all undergraduate college applications free during the week of October 13th to the 19th. So, yeah, our students can definitely take advantage of that. This is new legislation that passed. And then also, I'm very dear and near to us. We all know what happened in Uvalde recently. Joint forces with Mayor Don McLaughlin, who's now the state representative for that area. He took over Tracy King's seat. And so we were able to pass House Bill 33, which allows for calls based on what happened there so that we can understand the failures, the positives that took place, the negatives that took place, that we learn from that and that we move forward in making sure that we protect our kids. And then lastly, I just want to let you know, our own bill, House Bill 1851, we were able to establish economically disadvantaged areas, school districts that needed surplus property. We found out school districts couldn't qualify to get that surplus vehicle that, let's say, the troopers no longer needed. We couldn't immediately just go and ask for it as a surplus. We created the law to allow school districts in rural areas to be able to say, if the troopers or this other state agency is no longer needing that vehicle, but that's still good for us, we will buy it. And many times it could buy it for $1 or for $5 from the state agency. So it's a great opportunity for rural areas also to take part in that.
Eddie, sounds like it was an exciting time up in Austin to start the year again. We want to thank you for your hospitality here today, for welcoming us in for the prediction show. We're going to see you one more time before the end of the season in November. But thank you for all of your efforts and thank you for having us here today. We appreciate it.
Besides the tortillas, did he mention the chips?
The chip, yes, I did mention the chips also. But look, I before I go, and I know you guys are super busy, I just want to also thank the law firm staff, including you, Ruben. You guys have held the fort like no other. I've spent the campaign and then, 8-9 months out of the year that I spent in legislative session with all the special sessions. You guys have done a phenomenal job. I'd like to thank also the 17, 18 employees that we have at the tortilla factory, my mother, my dad, how instrumental, how they gotten together to make sure that when I was away, they were still running the place. It really takes, again, a team effort. I think I don't need to tell it to you all. You envision it and you see it every day. Keep doing what you're doing. because I think that you are making a difference in all our students and all our football players. So thank you for that, coaches. Appreciate it.
The reason I brought up the chips is because Helen and Eddie on the floor of the house, you know how in the games they throw out the peanuts? They throw out chips.
Those are famous statewide and dare I say nationwide.
They've made it to DC also for Congressman Tony Gonzalez's event also. So they've gone, I think, made it all the way to Alaska. Lastly, before I really get in hot trouble, we got to thank Miss Sonia Moreno. She's our field director, as you all know. She's been phenomenal in reaching all the areas within and around Eagle Pass. And then lastly, my wife. They were key in setting this whole thing up. So thank you, Helen, again. And, everybody knows that when you end up voting for us, you get 2 for the price of 1. So thank you all.
Thank you, Eddie. Athletic Director Eric Villaseñor, we got a couple of special guests coming in here at the top of the program. We'll invite our athletic trainers, and Coach, I'm going to let you do the introduction.
Oh, good afternoon to our community. First and foremost, just want to thank State Representative Eddie Morales for hosting us. Just a fantastic job, and thank you for all that you do. Our focus today in our prediction show are our athletic trainers, our Eagle Pass ISD athletic trainers. We do have 5 in our district. These are our head athletic trainers that service our high school and junior high campuses. To my right, 34 years experience. He has 27 years in Eagle Pass ISD. We call them all Docs, Doc Brian Doc. All right. And to my left, 20 years of experience in the athletic training profession, 18 years in Eagle Pass ISD, Doc Dwight Argenbright. And just for the record, Dwight has his PhD, so he's an official doctor.
He's really a doc.
He's really a doc.
Technically a doc, too.
They do a fantastic job for our kids. They're the team behind the team, and we appreciate everything that they do. Glad that they're here.
Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for being on the show. I'm going to start here to my left. Doc, I guess now. Coach Villaseñor mentioned it now. This is a staff that for a lot of us, we've seen this program, this athletic training program, really grow in the past couple of years, not only in your student trainers, but in actual staff that you've got. As head trainer, what's your responsibility in making sure that all of the people that are below you, that are assisting you, are well trained and able to provide the athletes in the district, in your case for CC Win and below, with the proper care that they need?
Well, with the training in school and the summer camps that we have with our students and the first aid CPR that we do teach them, we do allow them to take care of wound care and everything. But without their help, we really would have struggled to get everything done correctly. So they have become an integral part of everything. And with the new assistants coming in and their supervision and their oversight of those students, it had greatly improved the care that we can give our athletes.
Now, there's, I guess, 2 different types of care, right? You've got that in week, especially for the football guys, right? That in week, getting them better, attending to sore ligaments, sore ankles, sore things like that. And then, of course, there's the in-game, whether it be a tennis match, a football game, there's the in-game care. How do you prepare your folks for those 2 different types of attending to the athletes?
Well, the good thing is they do help us with practice, so they get to see the cuts that happened on the field during practice. They do see the injuries that we have to monitor throughout the game, so they do see that on a day-to-day basis. So they do have that immersion every day with something, whether it be a simple cut or wound care before practice, but they do have that immersion every day. So when it does happen in main time, they don't panic and they know how to react to everything.
Very good. I'm going to turn this way now. Doc Dottie, you've been at Eagle Pass High School for a little bit now, haven't you?
Just a little bit.
You've seen a lot of not only
He was a little boy.
not only a lot of your student assistants, but a lot of your staff come and go. You've got some alumni of the program that are now in well-established roles, not only at the professional level, but at the university level, the high school level, really all over the country. Talk about, for Eagle Pass High School, the level of training that you've got to provide to your assistants and the people that assist you and the athletes.
On what I teach them?
Sure, just to talk about what they need to be ready for when an athlete comes into the training room.
if I got an athlete that's going to go into training to be an athletic trainer, they got to have the want to do it. I mean, they're if they're going to go into college, if that's what you're asking me, if I understand it, and they're going to go into college to become an athletic trainer, they got to have the want and the drive, just like the sport that they played in. With our student trainers, not all of them go to college to become an athletic trainer. Some of them go in to be a doctor, or some of them have business aspirations or whatever. I think one of them had something about interior design. To us, to Dwight and I, it doesn't matter what their life goals are. It's what they want to do right now. But to go into college and be an athletic trainer, it's got to be a drive to want to do it, because it's not an 8 to 5 job or a 9 to 5 job. It's a 6:30 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. if you're lucky on a short day.
And that's an interesting point. You know, the work that you all do in athletic training is kind of an almost, round the clock thing. There's certainly out of town trips, right, with the teams. There's treatment that needs to happen as soon as they get back, sometimes as early as the following morning. Talk a little bit about ready and the different kind of stressors that the body goes through for different sports, right? Football players are going to get injured maybe in a different way than tennis or volleyball or basketball players. How do you make sure that you provide the necessary know-how and resources to attend to all those different types of injuries?
Knowing the history of the injury, knowing how they did it and what caused it, kind of leads us to how to treat it. Most injuries are going to be the same. It's just the what we call the mechanism of injury, what caused the athlete to get hurt, and from there we can decide on what treatment needs to be done, or if they need to be seen by whatever doctor specializes in whatever they're hurt on.
Sure. Tell me the most satisfying part of your job.
Most satisfying part. Seeing an athlete come in hurt and then seeing them walk out. Yeah.
Rehabilitation and
100% ready to
getting
go,
ready to
yeah.
play. One thing that I was thinking, that's why there's always two broadcasting, because when you see that somebody goes blank, the other one kicks in. You guys haven't had that luxury right now. But anyway, what he was talking about that I think a lot of people don't see is sometimes how you're spread really thin, aren't you? Because most of us think you only do football. We see you down there on the field, but actually you guys, you cover all the sports
All day long.
and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that presents. Tell us a little bit about how much you depend on your student trainers. I know you have student trainers.
100% rely on them. Without them, like I've said before, without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. This is a I guess you could call this a stress season, but for me, and I think Dwight would agree, the heavy season for us is
Being married is a stress season.
That is true.
is during the winter months. The soccer, the basketball, the track starting up, the tennis and the golf doesn't stop.
Baseball,
softball is fixing to kick off. So January, I think at the most and February is the most two stressful months for us. And so to cover them all, it's great to have someone on the other side of the campus to help out. When it's not, like last year, we rely on each other to make sure games are covered, to make sure practices are covered. But currently, right now, my freshman team's fixing to leave, so I had to instruct all my students on what to do, who to talk to, what to deal with.
And
This
see,
morning, so
we
they're on
don't
their
even
own right
consider the travel.
now. They're
involved.
traveling right now.
You know.
So they're on their own right now. And I trust them that everything I've told them, everything that they've learned, they know their limits, they know their capabilities, they know when to stop and go get an adult. So the ones that I'm sending off today and later on, I trust them 100%.
Coach, Doc, Argenbright, same question for you. Tell me the most satisfying part of the job, and then talk a little bit about what Morris was talking about, getting your student trainers ready to kind of do this on their own.
So to me, the most satisfying when Coach finally blew the whistle and said practice is over with. But no, it's like Brian said, to take an injury from start to finish, to let them recover, watching them
That's
go
a good
from
one.
hurt to healthy and back on the field, that's the most satisfying we get out of this. And with the student trainers, we train them and we let them do what they know and know when to, okay, we need to go get somebody to help. So, like tomorrow, my team will travel and I'm sending 4 girls. They're going to get the team ready to go, but they also know if something happens, they hold the player out and they go get the trainer from the other side so they can make the return to play call. So we teach our kids basic medical procedure and how to take it, but they know how and when to go get help and when it's okay.
Well, gents, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate not only everything that you do, but everything that your staffs, your student trainers do as well in keeping the athletes in the ISD healthy. Thank you so much for your time here today.
I'll add one other thing though. We do work together. He got a girl her freshman year. She came over to my school the last 3 years. Between he and I, she was nominated and received academic all-state in our state athletic training association. And then she also put in, and she was one of 5 students in the entire state to get a scholarship for athletic training.
That's important in this district, right? To have your staffs working together and to have you side by side, instructing the students in the same way, making sure that everyone's on par.
And that's a huge move right there on her part because it's usually reserved for kids that live in big cities.
Sure.
Because it's those athletic trainers or whoever the committee is that votes for them. So to get a border town student athletic trainer to get that scholarship, that's huge.
Well,
in our world, that's huge.
Congratulations to you both, and congratulations to your programs. Thank you so much for your time and for being here today. We want to bring in the head coaches now from both the Mavericks and the Eagles. I'm going to start over here with head coach Roger Olivas. Coach, as always, we're going to talk to you for just a little bit about last week down in Laredo. Congratulations on the victory over LBJ. Talk to us a little bit about the bright points in that game, what you take from it, and what you use from the film from the tape you've been watching for LBJ to look forward to this week.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I think we had a great week of practice. We did have an extra week. It was an off week. It was a bye week, and I think it really helped us prepare. They did some certain plays that we were familiar with, and we just had to get back to basics. We want to say we're a 4-3 defense, but we're very multiple. We try to take what the opponents do best, and the last 3 or 4 weeks, everybody has a different style of offense. So, especially compared to LBJ, where they had a really, really talented quarterback with some talented receivers and a really good defense. But I think that bye week really helped us prepare for them. I think we were, come the game, we were like itching to play because we had been off, for so many days. So, getting back to the game, it's just the boys were ready to play. We played fast, we played physical. When what formation is there and what you expect, they play a little bit faster. I think they had a great 10 days of practice to get us ready for that game.
After a first tough district game against Medina Valley, what kind of confidence boost does it give your players to go in there, get back on the field, and then come away with a win?
You take a player or two out of the Medina Valley game, you take a player or two out of the Canyon game, and we could be 5-0 right now. And I think that's what our players know and understand. We know, we have high standards for them. They come up, we practice at 7:15 in the morning, and this week, if you all know, it was dark at 7:15. So we have a standard. We tell them to come in with a purpose. You're not just coming to practice all asleep. You're coming here to practice, get some things done, and live to the standard that we have, and that's fast, physical, disciplined football.
Absolutely. I noticed that offensive coordinator Kristen Garcia is not with us today. Lisa, I assume you want to talk a little bit about offensively what you're doing to prepare for the team that's coming in this week.
Well, Alexander has for years they've had a really good defensive scheme. They're very much like us, 4-3 defense, cover 2, but they also get in multiple sets that, to help them get in a better position to play. But I think offensively, it starts up front. We got to be physical up front with the line, sustain some blocks, and open up some holes, and then it all goes back to Javi and Sebastian and Luis Flores. Doing what they do. But consistently being efficient. Having long drives. All of that comes into play. If you look back at the last 3 years that we played Alexander, it's been 3-point games. And doesn't decide it to the last series. Whoever has the ball last is usually the team that's won. So I think it's really important that we sustain drives, we do what we do, and then defensively, we got to stop them from getting any kind of momentum and eliminating big plays.
Morris and I talk about it in the booth in the course of the games, but it's one thing to catch a defense by surprise. It's another thing when the defense knows what's coming and you still execute well. And that connection from Barrera to Sebastian Velasquez is one of those things. You know that he's going to look there, it's coming, but the defense still finds it hard to stop. And those guys make plays for you week in and week out.
So they have a good connection, and if you talk to Sebastian, and I see him all the time, his body language, I'm always open. Nobody can hold me. And, you saw LBJ, and I could hear it off the sideline, double him. Every whatever formation he lined up, there was two people watching him. And, being a former DC, I can understand that. You got to leverage here, you got help there. And, Sebastian just finds a way to make plays, and he's a very confident individual, as well as Javi. And they have that special connection where when they're on, it's dangerous,
Well, I'll bring in very quickly defensive coordinator Ricky Ruiz here. Coach, talk to us a little bit about the bright spots, what your defense did well, and how you're using that to build to Alexander coming in this week.
We're playing with a lot of urgency. It's a must-win every week. It's like a playoff game for us. We played games, situational game. We adjusted to every situation, and we're playing with a lot of energy. We're bringing a lot of energy to the game. We're 3 and out. We didn't have any turnovers, but the turnovers were that we gave the ball to our offense. And our offense did what they had to do to win it.
What's Alexander bringing in on offense? What do you have to prepare for?
They're a spread offense. They sometimes put a fullback, but they're going to throw the ball. They run a lot of GT till we stop it. But they do have two targets, number 7 and 11, Blanco and Gonzalez, that are real good. The running backs, he's a good athlete. He runs the ball well. But we're already ready. We're ready. We're going to adjust. We're going to play football. We're ready for tomorrow night.
All right, we will be there tomorrow night. Some final thoughts here from Coach Roger Olivas before we go over to the Mavericks side. Coach, game time. Talk to us about when the game is starting, kickoff tomorrow, and what you expect for the game tomorrow.
It should be a physical game. Alexander brings a lot of returning starters as well as we do, but at the end of the day, we got to line up and play, like I said, fast physical football, discipline. But it will be a 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow here at home. We want to invite all the community to come out. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be an exciting game, and we need your support. Come tomorrow night.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, Coach. Appreciate it, Morris. You've got head coach Rene Ramirez here beside you.
I do have Rene Ramirez, and he's got a hold of a headset. He may be dangerous. But anyway, Coach, a tough game. Your games have been close. A play here or there have made all the difference. So tell us a little bit about your Nixon game.
Extremely proud of the way our kids fought for 4 quarters. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win. And like you mentioned, it's a couple of plays here and there. And it's really, it was really in every phase. It's complementary football. We got to progressively get better. Our offense really started with bad field position for most of the time. However, we found a way to get the ball in the end zone. It seemed like it was a half field game for the most part, and I think our defense did a great job for the most part as far as where Eddie started. I think it was about midfield for them. We were able to force some 4 and outs, right? Great turnovers in that aspect. Force a lot of punt returns, and that's what we want defensively. And then provide some good sparks on special teams as well. We have to be able to control the ball no matter where we're at. Some keys of victories is not giving up explosives and forcing the turnover, turning the ball over. So we got to continue to get better at that.
Well, you, as always the case, you move on.
Yes, sir.
And
Absolutely.
you start working toward Laredo Martin
Yes, sir.
coming in here. Homecoming for the Mavericks also. So a Friday night game, 7 o'clock. I know Laredo Martin brings somebody to Eagle Pass that's from the same coaching tree
Yes,
from here. So tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to with Laredo Martin.
It's going to be a physical game. They're primarily running team offensively. They are a 3-4 defense. They're very aggressive. It's going to be a change for us offensively. We haven't seen an out front in quite a while. So, but nonetheless, we put in a good game plan so we can expose them in some sorts. We're similar teams. We have same district records. We're fighting for our next win. We all want it. We're hungry. They're coming to our place. A special night, homecoming night for our seniors and for our team and our community, our Maverick community. So we're excited.
Well, let me bring in Heriberto Royce. Talk a little bit about offense here. Yeah, we'll bring you back
Yes,
to the
sir.
predictions. You're not getting away, and we're going to bring in Coach Royce. Coach, I think as the season has progressed, we're seeing your offense diversify, and we're seeing some people stepping up. So tell us, what does the Maverick offense have to do to put points on the board against Laredo Martin?
Laredo Martin, like Coach Ramirez mentioned, they're going to be physical. There's obviously, like Coach said, we haven't seen enough front in the past weeks. Obviously, our line has been doing a great job throughout the week adjusting. But like you said, Mr. Lipson, we've been growing throughout the weeks. Obviously, the result that we get at the end, obviously not winning, doesn't really define the development of the kids, especially with the younger kids. So we like what we see. Obviously, we talked about keep improving, keep developing, and obviously keep finishing drives and plays. We had good opportunities against the Laredo Nixon where we had a great drive and we don't come up with the points that we should, and then we make a mistake of not executing in one of the chances that we had opportunities. But we have to focus on the things that we need to correct. Obviously, it's not about talking down or pointing fingers. It's about how do we get better, and as long as we have that positive mentality with the kids and the coaches, which we do. You're going to keep growing and you're going to keep improving, and always the opportunity or the window for you to be more successful is going to be there because you believe in that.
Well, there you go on the offensive side. Who's coming in here on defense? Why, Coach Salas, are you still eating tacos inside? Well, we're bringing Coach Hoffman here because Coach Salas is still on his last taco inside here.
They put him to work, he said. He walked in there and they put him back in the kitchen.
Coach, you have to be careful because he's trying to get you to look like him.
No, I'm gaining some weight, so I'm almost there. About 10 more pounds.
Well, Coach, defense, what's the Laredo Martin bringing into town, and how are they primarily a running
Yes, sir.
offense?
Yes, sir. They run the ball about 70% of the time. They got a big quarterback. They primarily run a 31-21 personnel. So we expect to see twins, a tight end set with 3 backs, or a tight end set with 2 backs. Our job is to make them uncomfortable. So we want to put them in a situation where it's 30 long and they got to throw the ball. And we feel that if we could put them in that situation, we have a good chance of obviously being successful defensively. They got a big boy at quarterback too. So obviously we're telling the kids that we want to keep them in the box. We don't want to extend plays because that's when we could get in trouble. Obviously for covering, but other than that, we're comfortable in the game plan and obviously throwing a little quirks here and there to make the put a little more pressure on the quarterback and hopefully make him uncomfortable.
Well, the key is going to be stay away from the big play.
Yes, sir. And once again, they do have an explosive receiver, number 5. They do try to isolate them a whole lot. So we're going to put a lot of faith in our corners, and hopefully they could handle that. And hopefully it gives us an opportunity to set more pressure and put us in a situation that will help us win.
Well, the defense needs to play well because if not, you guys up in the booth, you go crazy. You're always next to us, and we have a hard time. He starts rocking the press box too much.
So I'm not there. I'm in the sideline. My twin is up there. So don't confuse me, Mr. Listen. No, but I used to be up there, and we do get a little bit animated, but it's just part of the game, man. We're all good.
Yeah, you guys are double trouble.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to bring Coach Rene Ramirez back in here for some final words before Eddie Morales is going to do my predictions for me.
Morris, for you and me, when we hear that a team is primarily run-based, what that means is we're having dinner by 10:30 because the clock runs, right? Those spread teams are the ones that keep us there a little longer, and
Yes.
we're having dinner close
Those
to midnight,
incomplete-
which for you and I isn't ideal.
Incomplete passes. Coach, some final words.
I'll certainly thank the Morales family for hosting us, especially our representative and Mr. Morales inside with the restaurant. Thank you for hosting us. We want to invite our public to our homecoming parade this evening. Kicking off at 6:30. Come out and support all the kids, all the organizations, all the candidates running for homecoming. They put in hard work throughout the week. It takes months really to make this happen. We want to wish good luck to Eagle Pass Eagles tomorrow against Laredo Alexander, and also come out to the homecoming festivities along with the game Friday night. It's a 7:30 kickoff, Mr. Lipson.
Well, there you go. We're going to bring in Coach Athletic Director Eric Villaseñor. I did not demote him. And right here. And pass me that sheet from over there. And we're going to get ready to go. I still don't know what Rene Ramirez is doing.
He must be talking to someone because that
except
record is.
this last week, he went 5-6. Something happened.
And we must
there.
be talking to different people
Ruben,
because
you went 4-7.
I took a beating this week.
And Coach Roger and I, we're both at 8-3, and we're neck and neck. Coach Eric went 8-3, so still leading the pack is Coach Ramirez, 48-22, and then now our athletic director's in second place now, 45-25, and Roger, you and I, we're neck and neck there, 44-26, and Ruben,
Saving up.
well,
I'm gonna find myself.
You're paying for the
I'm
pancakes.
gonna find myself buying a whole mess of pancakes in December once this is
Here
done.
we go for our predictions today. We're going to start. We're going to let Coach Ramirez go first every time. Lake Travis and Dripping Springs. Dripping Springs. Ruben.
Dripping Springs.
Dripping Springs. Roger.
Lake Travis.
Huh?
Lake Travis.
Lake Travis. And Eric.
I'm gonna go Lake Travis.
Lake Travis. And Morris, you're picking there. Eddie.
Lake Travis.
Lake Travis. We're going to get the lead after this.
You're gonna be buying pancakes with Ruben.
Bring it on. We need the help.
Catula and Natalia, I think this was
Coach Ramirez.
Coach Ramirez. I think my son-in-law called him and said, put Natalia in there. Catula and Natalia, Rene. Catula. Ruben.
I'm gonna go Cotula there.
Catula. Roger.
I go Natalia.
Natalia, my son-in-law must have called you. Eric.
I'm gonna go Natalia.
Natalia. And Eddie.
Natalia.
There you go. Sinton and Cuero. Rene. Cuero. And Ruben.
Sinton.
Sinton. Roger.
Sinton.
Sinton. Eric.
I'm gonna go Cuero.
Cuero.
Yep.
Well, Eddie.
Sinton.
Sinton. Westlake's always a good ball game. Westlake and Bowie. Rene. Westlake. And Ruben.
Westlake.
Roger.
Westlake.
Westlake. Eric.
Westlake.
Westlake. Well.
Westlake.
Teams from around your area where you are half of the year. Yeah.
Tennessee and Bama. Rene. All right. And Ruben.
I'm gonna go Alabama.
Alabama. Roger.
Alabama.
Alabama. Eric.
Bama.
And
Bama.
Alabama. USC and Notre Dame. Rene. And Ruben.
Notre Dame.
Roger.
Notre Dame.
And Eric.
I'm gonna go USC.
You got to ride that horse again, Coach.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Yep.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. This one's Ruben's here. Missouri and Auburn. Rene. Oh man, he must have paid you something.
We're going to get healthy this week against the other team from Alabama. We're going to go Missouri in here.
Missouri, yeah. Roger.
Missouri.
Missouri, yeah. Eric.
Missouri.
There you go.
I got to back my law partner in Missouri.
Hey, I'm an Aggie all the way through, but man, I keep waiting for that bad game to come along so far. But A&M and Arkansas, Rene. And Ruben.
A&M.
Roger.
A&M.
And Eric.
A&M.
Don't pick Texas.
A&M.
Eagles and Vikings. Coach Ramirez. Eagles. Ruben.
Vikings.
Vikings. Roger.
Eagles.
Eagles. Eric.
Eagles.
Eagles. And
Eagles.
Eagles. Buccaneers and Lions. Rene. Lions. And Ruben.
Buccaneers.
Roger.
Lions.
Lions. Eric.
Lions.
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 Lions. And here's a good one.
Oh my God.
The Commanders and the Cowboys, formerly known as Redskins and Cowboys. Rene.
Commanders.
Leo Rodriguez is smiling.
And, Ruben.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Roger.
I can't go for the Redskins. It has to be the Cowboys.
Cowboys. And Eric.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Well, there you have it. Partner, take us home.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for another week of the Prediction Show. And again, we want to thank State Representative Eddie Morales for his hospitality here today, for hosting us. We'll see him once more before the end of the season. 2 games at home this week. Tomorrow and Friday, we'll be there to broadcast both of those games. Morris and I will be in the booth there live for kickoff for the Mavericks against the Martin Tigers and the Eagles against the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. For my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., my name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Good one, guys.